Hi, this is Patty, and welcome to Relatively Refined. In today's video, I have what I like to call a more curated haul. These are items that may look a little random when I'm showing them to you, but they are all part of um, a look that I'm going for, and they all serve a specific purpose. And they were selected with this purpose in mind. So in previous videos and in other hauls, and you will see them in the future as well, it's a very random assortment. A little of this, a little of that. But in today's haul, I think you will see a more intentional purpose to these items. So I really did think about these items, and so therefore they're a little more curated, and these items are purchased with that in mind. So let's get into the haul. The first item that I picked up is really, really much needed. I don't have any lamps in that room, and I have just an overhead light. So the first thing I bought was a set of these lamps. I'm showing you one here, but you'll also see one sort of styled in the living room with a shade. That shade that is on that is not going to stay. I'm going to purchase a set of shades. And I have some in mind. I've been looking on Ballard Designs, and I have identified the shade, but it is $90, so it's not going to happen. But I am going to be looking for something like that, or waiting for it to go on sale, or keeping my eyes out. But the important thing is I do want a pair, because these were a pair of lamps. So they have a little bit of they're brass. They have a kind of a bit of a Baldwin brass look to them, but they're not Baldwin brass. And they're tall and narrow. I originally wanted a ginger jar lamp set, and that is kind of what I had in mind. And I do see them all the time at thrift shops, but I never really found a pair. And the scale was often wrong. So I don't have a huge living room. And so I found the ginger jar lamps to either be huge or tiny, and well, maybe not tiny, but small, too small for the room, like maybe you'd put in a bedroom. And the colors that I found were usually like a light blue or a kind of a sand color that I didn't love. And I don't want a DIY project, so I just didn't find what I was looking for. And then I found these, and I thought these had a really timeless look to them. They have a nice felt lining on the bottom. They're heavy, they're well made, and they both work. And the pair of them at this particular thrift shop was $2 for the pair. So for $1 each. I realize that is not the norm, but this particular thrift shop is really just looking to get rid of things. So I couldn't pass them up, but I would have if I didn't love them, because even though they were cheap, um, I'm sort of on the hunt. So I'm very happy with these, and stay tuned, because once I get my shades, I'll have a nice pair of lamps. Also, because they were cheap, I feel like maybe I can splurge a little on the shade. Also purchased this. This was a quarter at a different thrift shop, but I am looking for some fall dishes, and I don't need a set of dishes, just some little accent dishes. And this is Johnson Brothers. It's Ironstone. It's the Friendly Village, and it is not fall. The scene, I'm from Vermont. I recognize this type of scene with the barn. This is very much spring, and the way the trees are, and a little bit of the snow on the ground. The colors were sort of fall. And my sister Kathleen has a set of these, and I don't know that I want a full set, but I do want a few little accent pieces out and around. This is a bread and butter plate. And this works great as a coaster. I put it on an end table. You can put a candle on it. I can put a cup on it, a coffee mug, or it's a great place to rest, like a candle snuffer. It's a little bit big for that. You could also, if you wanted it sheer decor, you could put it on a little easel. For my purpose, I'm using it as a coaster. The red barn and the snowy trees, and I love the border, and I love the colors, the greens, the browns, the reds, the whites. So I'm thrilled with that. That was 25 cents at a different thrift store. This piece my sister Kathleen picked up for me at Goodwill. I think this was $4. If it wasn't, it's something around there. And you probably heard me say I didn't have a gravy boat. And with Thanksgiving coming up, I actually really needed one. And this is part of the False Graph Heritage collection. You can see the creamy white color and the nice lines of it. It comes with a gravy tray that it sits on. It's really good size, and it'll be beautiful on a fall or Thanksgiving table. And as we start to move inside with more, chicken and gravy and that kind of thing, I think this will be perfect for that. So this was a much needed item. It will be put to use. It matches what I have, and this will be a great piece in the fall. So I found these 4 prints framed, and I'll show you one. Pictures had a real classic kind of New England look to them. And they are college buildings. And when I flipped it over, I saw it said Gray's Watercolor, and it is from the College Watercolor Group. So that I started to look into, and it was kind of interesting because this was a group that started in the mid-century, and they would strictly paint with watercolor college buildings. And they were kind of like an assembly line. So they would gather around a table, this group, and they would paint. Somebody would paint the bottom and, the grass, and somebody would paint the door, like it would, like an assembly line. And they would produce, lots of them. So this one is a Davis Gray, and actually all 4 of them are signed Davis Gray. I really love these, and there are a set of 4 of them. So when they are put together, they have the same matting and frame, different watercolor scene, and they are large enough in that group of 4 to fill the space. The set of 4 was $5. When you get a set of 4 of something, I feel like I almost feel like I need to put them together because that's such a rare find. So these will go on my living room wall, and I was really thrilled to find these. I have been looking for something to fill that space, and you can find a picture here and there. If you thrift, you can find artwork, really lovely artwork here and there, but it's really hard to find something that is a grouping, a set. So I tend to take the easy route and sort of go with pre-grouped items. I don't have the best eye to create a gallery wall or something like that. So this is kind of like done for me. They're different images, but it is consistent in the way it is framed and matted. And finally, I have anything in this? I have this basket, and this is I just love this. I love the color of it. I love the vintage look of it and the size of it. I have been looking for something to keep on my porch to keep books and magazines in. And so this opens. The handle on it is The handles are broken, but you can just lift it. And it's got a good amount of storage in there to keep magazines and books and things like that to keep on the porch. And then they don't blow, and they're, because I leave them out there. Even the newspaper will read that and, leave it there and it blows off. And after porch season, which is going to be wrapping up here not too far away, this is going to go in our spare bedroom. And I have, set that up with, um, new bedding and things like that. And this is going to go in there next to the bed with a stack of books and different things on it. So I have been looking for something to fill a space in that room. It's not quite big enough for an end table. And so this, I think, will be perfect in there. And in the meantime, I was desperate for something to keep on the porch. This was $2. I couldn't believe it. It is missing, the handle on top, but that does not bother me. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this haul. This was a little different in that all of these items were selected and sought out with a purpose, which isn't always the way I roll. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.